Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to this part one cockpit construction on a new project, and it is the AIRFIX 172 scale McDonnell Douglas Phantom FG.1. This is a big old boy. So let's get down to the desk and we'll see how we got on. So guys, made a start on the Phantom, putting the cockpit together. So put the cockpit tub together. I just left a few wee things off because we're gonna try and put on the photo etch, and I'm just thinking I maybe should have kept this bit out. Anyway, is what it is. I'm sure we'll manage. Um, got the ejector seats done, and this one's a bit crooked for some reason. It's not sitting right. So I've taken off the tops as it says by the instructions here. The seat belts, I don't know where I'm going to be confident enough to scrape them off. So I'm going to leave them on, but I'm gonna try and put the seat belts over the top of them. I don't know whether that's the way to do it, but I'm not going to attempt. I could scrape all that detail off. So I put it on this wee stick with double-sided tape, and I'm going to give them a prime on. I'm going to use this Vallejo black 74.602. That goes down quite well. That also have the two fuselages done. And I'll put a bit of primer here at the this cockpit end. So get that done. It does say about cutting the nose off when it's on the ground. Not sure about that. Not sure about that at all. But I need to cut this bit out as well. I just noticed that has to come out. Is that for that because you take the nose off, or is that just? Well, that's where the intakes go. Yeah, so that has to come off. Anyway, there you are, guys. Quick update. See you soon. So, guys, just gonna lay a bit of a black primer down on these cockpit. That's nice and light, not too large, not too thick, and too heavy. Excellent comments. Pretty much it. It's pretty good. Not but yet, lads. Yeah, I think that's okay for that. So it's just a base coat because I'm going to be putting down this XF55 dark sea grey for the interior. So on the fuselage here, and I just so we just need to do about up to here, not too much. Nice light coat. That one, and the same for this one. And just nice and light. Give it another blow. Another. I'm going to do that the same dark sea grey 54, XF54 in here as well. There you are, guys. Hi guys, so here we are. I'm going to start now putting on the photo etch into the cockpit details. I was playing this photo etch. Now this is at 172 scale, so there's quite a lot of small details, and if you get your big head out of the way, Liam, the audience may be able to see it. Anyway, so I'm trying to use the scalpel there to cut stuff out, and it generally doesn't work for me. So what I normally do is I use the nippers, and I cut the bits out with that, and then I would just give you get a wee burr on each end of the stub, if you like, and then I would just rub that down with a wee sanding stick, just to finish that off, in case you jag yourself, of course. So anyway, not seeing a great lot of detail here with my head, but it improves, I assure you. So there you are, you see them. I'm going for my nippers now, and I'm just going to snip them off the fret. And yeah, I'll bring in my trusty magnifying glass. I pronounce it correctly because the first take of this video I couldn't pronounce magnifying glass. Anyway, the way your brain works. So I use this quite a lot, plus I wear glasses, so you need to look after your eyes, as you guys would know. So I use the magnifying glass with the light on it there just to enhance my vision. So that's the first piece off, excuse me. So there you are. I'm getting another look at it with the magnifying glass, and then I should be lifting a wee sand stick in a minute, and then there you go, and then I'll just try and burr that off, just nice and light, so that you don't damage or bend the PE part. So yeah, as I said, these are delicate things, and then I'm obviously doing some dry fitting here with the I think this is the front piece, the pilot on his right hand side. Obviously the big fat head's in the way again, but hopefully I can show you this. So I'm sort of just not offering it up and dry fitting it. There was actually a piece I needed to cut off, but I'd forgotten to do it, so I actually trimmed the PE pit to fit, but you need to read the instructions. So there's a super glue I'm using. It's slow drying super glue, I think, so I just put a daub of it on like a wee plastic tile or perspex tile, and then I have like a bent out paper clip, and that's how I use to apply the super glue. As you can see what I'm doing there now, just putting it into the plastic on where we're going to be putting the PE bit, and then get the tweezers. Hopefully make sure you wipe any super glue off your fingers in case they get stuck together. It can be very difficult. So now I'm going to place the part again. There's the big head in the way, and I'm using the magnifying glass again because it's just too small for me to see naturally. So I'll just explain what I'm doing here. So I'm just placing the piece on, trying to line it up best I can, and then what I would do, I would just squeeze it down with the tweezers against the plastic, and like a clamp for a second or two, and then it should hold. Actually, what happened here when I offered this up to the fuselage, it pinged off, and I had to replace it again. But that was just my placement, and nothing to do with the parts or anything. But so this is quite a slow process, and you just want to get it accurate as best you can, because these PE bits certainly do set off the cockpit, particularly these with the modern jets. This two-seater, all the instruments, it certainly does set it off. Now there's some tiny bits that I haven't put on because I just can't see. and then we're continuing on here now. Yeah, so this is one of the consoles, and the camera should be picking that up, and hopefully it does focus in for you. But you can see that some of the bits are tiny, and no, that's a better view now with the magnifying glass. So you can see that console. I think there was like 5 or 6 pieces went on that. So quite delicate, quite small, and basically just take your time. And then I'm just showing you the cockpit tub here. So there's the pilot's consoles in, and then I'm trying to show you the inside as well of the navigator. There's actually pieces in at his feet which were tremendously difficult to get in, but I got them in anyway. So it's just that process of going through the fret and putting down the pieces. So there's I think that's the cockpit tub that I finished. There may be a wee few more wee bits and pieces to go on, but it's generally there. And then I think I concentrate on the seats, the ejector seats. Now, I think I made a bit of a blunder here because I didn't take off the original. The ejector seats have the mold seat belts on them, and they come in 2-piece. And I'm just showing you where my finger got super glued to that seat. So guys, I've been working on the injector seats, and so fragile. So hopefully you can see what I've done with them now. I've got the parachute pack on, the ejector handles, the seat belts in, the cushions in. There's a handle on the right hand side of it here. Don't know what that's for. And then there's one in the middle of it. I suppose that's to do with the ejection of it. So pretty happy with the way it's went. And what I'm going to use one of these pencils from from Ammo. They're called Lock and Loaded, and I'm just going to do a bit of chipping, if you like, on the black cover of the seat. So hopefully we can do. I'll get the magnifying glass in, and hopefully you can see me doing this. I don't know where this is going to work, but hey ho, because my big head might get in the way. So I'll just try and make some. This is going to be quite difficult. So hopefully you can see what I've done there. Just scrape the edges of it there, like um, you know, these PE bits, they're so fragile. They're scared to. So try and do another wee bit just around the edges, as if it's worn. Do the other side, and then so fragile. Yeah, that's not bad actually. That's not bad. So guys, here we are. I think this is as far as I can take it. Um, got the seats in. There's meant to be a few wee levers here, this side on the left hand side of the pilot. They're absolutely tame. I might have a go and putting them on, but basically all I need to do is just let everything set, and then I'm going to give it a wee coat of varnish. And then that's part 1 done. That'll be the cockpit done. So thanks for watching, and look out for part 2. I'll see you soon. Cheers. Back to the channel, and welcome back to this part 2, the airframe construction on the 172 scale AIRFIX Phantom FG.1. So without any further ado, let's get over to the desk and take a look. So guys, here we are. Just giving you a sort of first progress update on the Phantom AIRFIX 172 scale. So this is basically the stage of got a bit of a disaster. off the bat. One of my PE pieces popped out, of the cockpit. Um, I'm not too sure where it goes, or even if I can get it back in again. Um, I think it looks like one of the consoles, and I think it might be that one in there, where you can see that in the camera. It's right in the balls, down at the co-pilot's feet, basically. I'll have a think about that and see what I can do, but it's not looking great. Anyway, cockpit went in, and I've put the two fuselage sides together, as per the instructions. I've then put in the I don't know what they'll be, the turbines, I guess. So you'll be able to see them up the again. I don't know whether that'll show that or not on the camera there, but you can see them up the inside of the intakes there. So I've painted the inside of them white, and then they got painted XF. No, just sorry, I beg your pardon. They got XF10, X10. Sorry, get my X's and my F's. Yeah, X10, which was gunmetal, and then I popped in these cans at the back. So I'm assuming these are the exhaust for the engines then. And then there's a cap that goes on that, which I'll leave right off the end. So I'll need to just mask that up when I do the painting. So that's where we are so far. I'll maybe just start trying to rub down this seam here at the front. But other than that, coming along nicely. So guys, I've just put on the back spine on the aircraft, and just put some tape in there to temporary hold it in position. You can see I'm just checking it off, and I'll apply a wee bit more here for this wee corner, which I missed, and then I'll pop that tape over it again, and keep that in place and let it cure off for maybe 24 hours, and that should be a good fix. So guys, so now I've got the main event. We're putting the wings onto the underside of the aircraft. So this is the main sort of basis of the wings, if you like, best way to describe it. So just cut it off the sprue here, and just tidying up the sprue marks where I've made my cut with a sponge sander here, and just making that nice and tidy to then put all the different wee bits and pieces that goes on that before we actually fix it to the aircraft and make a good join. Hey guys, so apologies, but I thought I'd filmed putting on the underside of the fuselage, fitting that in, and then taping it up. When I look back at what I recorded, the voice recorded, but the film, the camera must have froze anyway. But so anyway, my apologies for that. But I just wanted to show you there that I did get the underside of the fuselage on. I've just got a clamp in there holding the back end in case it springs out, drop of glue, and then the front end is just a bit of masking tape there holding that in. I had a few issues with with the ejector seat pull handles. They got pinged off, and that one is sitting too well either. So that might go. But anyway, I just wanted to share that with you. I was a wee bit upset that I hadn't recorded. So I'm just letting that sit for maybe another hour or so, and then I'll have to put on a couple of decals because the instructions. I can just get it. Yeah. So on the instructions, we need to put some decals. Can you see that, guys? In the intakes, the exhaust intakes or the engine intakes, whatever they are. So that'll probably be the next bit, and then I'll put these covers on. I also want to I hope to show the aircraft with the canopy open. So we've got a full canopy here, so I'm just going to pop that on there just temporarily, and to try and protect the cockpit and all that lovely PE stuff. So there you are, guys. Let me crack on. Well, guys, so bit more progress on the Phantom. These are just drive fitted at the moment, so pop that out. So that's a bit of a generous fit there. So let's see what happens to that. The vertical stabilizers, they go in fairly well. Yeah, happy enough with that. And then these go on the wing to make the extensions of the wing. Um, and then obviously you've got the bits to go at the front, the flaps and the slats, I think. Um, so that's all good there. So I'm having trouble putting this in this curly, which goes in here. Um, so when I pop it on, so you want to line up. For some reason, it won't line up. Um, when you do get it, so it needs to be flush there, right? What happens is we can squeeze that, but we've got this massive gap here. Don't know if you can pick that up or not, but there's a massive gap here. I'm assuming that's meant to be, it's meant to be something like the other side, although we do have a gap there. But anyway, I need to figure it out. Figure that out. But yeah, we're getting there. So not too far off. Maybe starting to think about doing a bit of masking them up, and then priming. So guys, pretty good progress made on the Phantom. Put the temporary canopy on. Bit of a gap there, but just need to be careful when priming. Um, yeah, pretty good. A bit of a gap here and on the other side, which I filled in with this Tamiya putty. That was quite good, quite malleable. So that's come off, and there's that canopy's coming loose. I need to maybe glue that down again. Put on the stabilizers and the tail. Put on the ailerons, I think they are flaps. I put on the front, I think these are flaps as well, or slats, but the instructions show me to do this. I'm having the aircraft on the ground, so I'm assuming that's correct. I would have thought they would have dropped, but just my inexperience probably. So now what I need to do then is mask up where I don't want any paint to go. So particularly up the two inlets, put a bit of what do you call this? Sponge. Ah, well done there. Put a bit of sponge up those there, and maybe a bit of masking tape. Excuse me, and block them off. These bits I'm going to leave to the end when the painting's all done. I think they are. I think they air brakes. So we'll leave them right off to the end because they'll be open. And that'll make it easier to paint the camo on it. But there you are, guys. Part two basically finished. Then I think the construction of the airframe. I don't think there's anything. I think there's maybe one or two bits that go on the bottom here, but that's easily done. But welcome back to this part three on the AIRFIX 172 scale Phantom FG.1. So in this episode, we're going to look at the priming, the camo, and putting the camo masks and putting the camo paints down. So without further ado, let's jump into it. So guys, at the desk here at the moment, and here we are, the aircraft. We've given it a coat of primer, and that's not great at the front, is it? I was holding it by the nose, and I trying to spray it because that's going to be black. But perhaps I might just give that another coat. But pretty much ready to go with applying the camouflage and the masks. So let me just put that down there. Now, I'm sure you have seen these here instructions all the time, a lot for most of the time. Or just a primer. Sorry, I use this Mr. Finisher and Servicer 1500 weight, and I mix it 50-50. How to use a good old mask. Um, it's here how to use this because the stench was wow. It was strong. And safety. Opened the window and put that mask on. So health and safety first, boys and girls. So back to the colours then. So it's telling us the dark sea grey is the 164. So that's the dark sea grey. That's sort of blue. So I've got 164 here by Humbrol. That's dark sea grey, but I might just use the Tamiya XF54 dark sea grey. I just have had a nightmare with these Humbrels at times. Same again for we've got this sea grey. So it's telling us to use 165 um, for sea grey, which is basically the tips of the missiles, I think. So that's sea grey, so that's an option. Now it tells us to use 166. So I done a wee sample here. Hopefully you can pick that up on the wee mule here. So I put 166 on the tips of these wings. Now obviously it's not going to be the same. You're not getting a true representation of the actual colors. But this is way out. This would need to be lightened down quite a lot to replicate that. So I was thinking of maybe using this. This is light colors. So this is light ghost gray. So I might, and these thinners that go along with it. So I might just give this a sample and see how this turns out, and then just make an executive decision which one I'm going to use. I'll get back to you guys. So guys, I tried the let's see. Oh yeah, so this is the light color that I put on. So the ghost gray, the light ghost gray, that's the side. And then I've just put on this 166 matte, which is the light aircraft gray, which the instructions show you. I'm just going to give it a wee blast for the hair dryer. So excuse the noise. So as you can see, that's quite light. Um, not sure. I'm not sure. I think I'm going to go with the light ghost grey by Light Color. I think I'll go with that. I don't know. It seems to be a more natural aircraft color or jet color. If that makes any sense. But anyway, I also just popped on the canopy masks there. So that's the front windscreen. And then we've got the two canopies that lift up, and then there's a middle bit. The instructions tell you to use. Let me just show you here, guys. Instructions show you to use liquid mask there for those middle bits, but I just cut more tape off and do it that way, as I find that is more easier. So anyway, there you are. I'll keep you up to date, guys. Hey guys. So back at the painting now on the Phantom. So I tried the what was it, the 166? Yeah, the Humbrol 166. So that was the light aircraft grey. Um, it didn't go down too well. Predominantly my fault. I think I thinned it too much and the air pressure was too high, so I made a mess of it. So I started off again, and basically what I done was I just put on this sky grey XF19 by Tamiya, and I'm pretty happy with that. That's fantastic. I think. Um, really pleased the way that turned out. And then I done I'm not sure these are fuel tanks. I think the bigger two, these here, are the fuel tanks. Where's the damn? I'm not sure. I'm not sure what's the fuel tanks. Anyway, there's two that goes on the side, and then there's one that goes on in the middle. I think that's the middle one there. Um, Pops in there. So I've done that. This secret, the grey as well, the sky grey as well. Now there was a fourth ordinance. I think this is maybe a pod or something. That make one. I'm not going to put that on. I'm just going to leave that. But I'm going to do these three. So they had two smaller ones and then the middle one. So the middle one's good to go. I can pop that on there like that. But then these two here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do what it shows you in the so put the C grade, this 64 on top of that. That may be a bit tricky masking, but we'll have a go. We'll have a go. And then I'm assuming these pop on the wings. There doesn't seem to be any fixing. I'm not sure how that goes. Just look at the instructions. So you see the instructions here. Um, oh, there's meant to be a bit of a slot there. Is that something I should have cut out? Ah, okay. So maybe they go on like that then. But I'm not sure how they're going to fix. I'll have to look into that, guys. But anyway, coming along superb. Actually, I'm happy the way the progress is coming on. I just done a wee test with I think I've done rubber black, the black rubber, the 85 XF85. Yeah, XF85. I just had a look at that on the nose. Not bad, not bad. I might just use the flat back. So the plan next is then to put on the sea grey color. So that will be the blue, this blue, and then I'll put on the camo and do the green because the green's darker. Yeah, that'd be right, wouldn't it? Because if you put the dark color on, then you may have difficulties covering it with the lighter color. Yeah, I think that's the best way forward. So there you are, guys. Another just a progress, one in progress. So let me crack on with that. So guys, I'm gonna try this sea grey here, this dark sea grey, Tamiya. Hopefully you can hear me over the compressor. So let's try and make right cool here. Right, there we go. On this pressure about so that's that paint's neat. So I'm trying to find on it. Pressure about 15 psi. They like really press that. The first coat nice and light, keeping the air first moving. It always increases the heat flying. There you go. So that's coat number one, guys. I think I'll go over it with another coat hope you have enough XF55 left, but happy with that. I've found out I missed a step on the ordnance. There's meant to be something cut here, which I missed in the instructions. It shows you. Yeah, here we go. So this bit here, I bloody well missed it. Furious. I'm gonna have to think about how I'm gonna rectify that. Um, the only thing I can think about is maybe let me see, it's these ones, isn't it? Maybe put that tab on and then just super glue them on. Region. Uh, anyway, there you are, guys. Just finished off that dark sea grey. That's nice. That. So what I'll do now is I'll just let that dry for a lot of minutes, maybe a couple of hours, and then get back. Uh, I'll probably do another. I can see bits of mist there already, so I'll probably come back and do another coat. Then get on the more fun bit with the putting down the camos. Hey guys, so back at the desk here now. I'm putting on the masks, and I use these top-notch masks. Quite inexpensive and fairly easy to use. Although sometimes I get a bit confused with the shapes. Um, although they number them, which is helpful. But I think what would be helpful if they sort of give you an outline of that of that shape, if you like. For example, here there's two, but there's actually four. So if you look here and here, um, but it'd be nice if we could just do the outline of each mask as they do here, but on this drawing, I think that would be helpful. Anyway, so yeah, working our way through it here now. I've done up the nose last night and XF1 taped that off now, and then I'm just working through these masks, nearly finished. And then we can get on to spraying this XF26. Now it says in the instructions it's Humboldt 163 dark green. I don't have that because I would just like to see comparison because that looks like a very bright green. It says dark green XF26. It says dark green, but looks quite bright. I might just do a wee sample and see how that turns out because I'm happy with the grey. That dark sea grey that looks really nice, but I would like the green to sort of complement it. I don't want it too bright, if you see what I mean. But I hope we'll get on with it anyway. So there you are, guys. Yeah, and I've painted up these. I think these are fuel tanks, extra fuel tanks that go under the wing. Oops, they go under the wing. So I've done the dark sea grey above, and then I've just used that. What did I use there? Oh yeah, I used sky grey or XF19, and they've turned out okay. So need to get the decals or stencils on them along with those missiles as well. That's gonna be a pain. But anyway, we love it, right? Okay, cheers. Okay, guys. So I finished off the top-notch masking. Again, as I said previously, I do struggle with. They're easy to put on and whatnot, but I do struggle with the shapes and that. Um, as I said previous, the whilst they give you a map, if you like, I do think that if they sort of give a dotted line for the shape, that would help out because I've ended up with two left over. Um, Particularly around the back end, I'm just not sure where they went, and I've just put them where I think may be appropriate to give it a decent camouflage pattern. Um, so that's that. Um, a nightmare, but anyway. I then, as I mentioned before, I want to try out this XF26 dark green. So I done a couple of pieces on the aircraft. And I've done them at the tail here. And if I just peel that off, so you can see the green there. Hopefully you can see that green against the dark sea grey. I think that's quite nice actually. That is really nice. So I'll fold that back over again. I've done it on the fin as well. Hopefully I'll be able to, no, maybe not. I've done a wee bit here as well. If I can peel that back, show you guys. It's always the best bit, isn't it, about masking? Yeah, so that's a really nice contrast. So I think I'll stick with that, even though I just nipped down to Hobbycraft this morning and bought this. This is now the instructions say 63, 163, dark green. Oh, excuse me, guys. So 163, they say dark green, but down at the Hobbycraft there, 163 was a satin color for dark green. So this is 149, which is a dark green matte, which is what you want. So um, I don't know. I think I'll just stick with the XF, the Tamiya XF 26, and do that. Keep it for another time maybe. Um, so let me crack on and start the fun. Let the fun begin. All right, guys, here we go. We're using this XF 26 dark gray or the or dark green. Sorry, beg your pardon. Here we go. Nice and nice. Yeah, bush moving. You see there that the mass, someone didn't actually reach each other. I just put a bit of flip on there to put that temperature. Like, big break today, so I'm struggling with. It's so good. So, as usual, that's been down neat, guys. No finish or anything in it. That seems to work for me now. It may not work for you guys. I know a lot of people like to go 50-50 with the with Tamiya or some other some other thinner. But that just works for me, and I'm not happy to do that. Probably use up a bit more paint, but it's what it is, right? Right, let's go ahead and damage. Painting of a master, because I can't see it anymore. Happy enough for that, the way that's going down there, guys. Bear with me. So this is the part of the economy, the windscreen, I believe. Just, just give it a bit. So what I need to do too, and I need to remember is I need to do the inside of the open cut the open bits. Mm, where's the other one? Yeah, there should be two. There's two open bits, right? Oh gosh, what happened? Ah, where's it there? So So I've done the outside of them in the grey, but I think I'm gonna have to do the inside of them because they're gonna be sitting up. You're gonna see the inside of them. Leave it up for another day. Right, guys. So finished off the paint there. That dark green, XF26, I think, wasn't it? XF26, yeah. And I started taking off the masks, and then I thought, my goodness, you're missing out. So I wanted you to enjoy because it's so satisfying. I don't know what it is, but it's just so satisfying taking these things off. So so far so good. Um, I think the green and that grey are really complement each other so well. So nice and easy, Liam. Very good. So you can see that's turned out not too bad at all. Okay, so try from this end maybe pull this off. Okey-dokey. That's really well. I'm pleased with that. Now there's one here. I'm sure of it. So I need to be careful I don't scrape the paint with the tweezers. So yeah, there's a wee bit of a that doesn't look good. I can touch that up, but everything else seems to have been okay. Nice and gentle. And a few more to take off, but I just wanted to show you that, guys. That's really nice. I'm very happy with that. It's so crisp. Very good. Very good. So what I'll do once I get all these masks off, then I'm gonna protect that paint now and the underside as well, and gonna put on maybe a gloss coat or something. I'm not sure where I'll probably put that. Sorry, yeah, sorry guys. I'll probably put on this VMS uh, extra gloss because I'm going to put on the decals. Now there is a tremendous amount of decals. I mean, it's ridiculous. Um, and obviously all these stencils, but I'll be just putting on the main ones. Um, uh, Probably these, obviously these, and then the ones for the missiles as well, probably. And maybe pick out a few of these other things. But I don't think I have the patience to put on that many stencils. But I suppose people like to really do that, but that's up to them, no problem. But anyway, there you are, guys. I want to sort of share that with you, and so yeah, I think that's scale models. And we'll back to this part four, which is the final reveal on the AIRFIX 172 scale Phantom FG.1. In this final part, we'll look at the decals, far too many, uh, a bit of weathering, and then the sort of final reveal, final pictures. So let's jump into it. Okay, guys. So this is part four of the AIRFIX 172 scale Phantom. So here's how far I've gone on with the decals. Um, and I'll be honest with you, just before I show that, here's the stencil sheet. Okay? I don't know, there must be a couple of hundred there. It's ridiculous. As the ones I've circled or crossed off is the ones that I'll be putting on. Here's the actual decals sheet. It's actually interesting that the older version of the the Snape version, there's very little details on it, and maybe in retrospect I should have done that, but I done this version, and it's just too much for me. I'm losing a load of it as the same was going. So I've what I've done, I've decaled the missiles. I haven't finished that yet. But working on that. I put on the I've done the masks, or sorry, I've done the sort of warning warning I don't know strips on the canopies. Um, done a bit more painting. These are the front undercarriage doors. Done that, and yeah, as I just showing you previously there. So obviously there, I put a once I finished the paintwork, I put on a gloss coat, and then I put down the main decals in my view, and I'll be honest, I don't think I'll be putting any more on. That's about the height of it. Uh, as I showed you, those the stencil drawn there, the underside of it is just covered, and the upper side as well is covered in decals. But that's not interesting to me. It's really it's losing the mojo with it. But it's turned out okay. As I say, what I'll do now is once I've finished, I'll maybe put on a few more wee bits and pieces. And what I'll do now then is I'll cover the canopy. I put on the front windscreen there, and what I'll do is I'll cover the canopy and then give it another coat of a gloss varnish, and then I'll start with some weathering. I won't be doing too much. I'll probably just put on a coat of excuse me guys, uh, flory wash, this uh, dark dirt. I'll probably put some of that on, just let it get into the panel lines, and dull that down somewhat, and maybe do the same on the other side along with the missiles and the fuel tanks. So there you are, guys. Just let me crack on with that, and I'll get back to you. Okay, guys. So I'm going to start a bit of the weathering here, and I've just put on this dirty wash by Fleury. I always sort of use this and basically just loaded up a brush and painted it on. So you may have seen this before. I'll maybe leave that for 10 or 15 minutes, and then let it dry a wee bit, and then with a just a bit of damp kitchen roll, wipe it off, and that should give the effect we're after. I'll get back to you. So guys, I've just been rubbing this off on with wee cotton bud and just stamp it. Just need to be careful with these bits here. Some bits a bit stubborn, but like I say, wee awkward bits are just get in with your cotton bud or Q-tip, whatever side of the channel or the ocean you live on, and just try and get in those wee nitty ditty grits. And so just you can see the difference in the different wings. Obviously because of the gloss coat. Yeah, seems okay. Now once we've done this and we've finished our weather, and then I'll obviously put on a uh, a matte coat of varnish to seal everything in, and then that should dull it down a wee bit more. But yeah, let me crack on with the rest of the aircraft, and I'll get back to you. So guys, I've finished the Fury dirt wash on the underside, and put in that fuel tank to finish it off. Um, it's okay. It turned out okay. I maybe might do a bit of paneling to maybe accentuate those panels, etc. Um, Now on the upper surfaces, I done the wings and the tail surfaces, but it seems quite shiny still. Oh, I meant to say I give this a varnish of a matte coat as well. So maybe that's why it's still shiny. So what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to do the fuselage, um, and then cover the whole top surfaces um with a matte varnish, and then finish that off, and then start proceeding to put the ordnance on it, these missiles. Now I'm not sure what these call these, maybe extra set or something. I'm not sure what these are. But I've decaled these all up. Now they look a bit new, so I might just give them a bit of a weathering as well with that wash, and then we can get them together and move on to another bit of weathering. Okay, cheers. Right, guys, so I finished off the wash, the flory wash on the upper side and the undercarriage of the Phantom, and I give it all a matte coat last night. Still think it's a bit shiny. Maybe it's a light. If I turn the lights off, what does that make any dollar? I'm try this other one. So it's just now natural light. Maybe it's a bit better. But the lights back on again. So yeah, so finished off that, and then started putting on the dangly bits. So the undercarriage, I put that on. Um, I have a problem, and I think I pointed it out in part three that I've missed the location pins for these yokes here. And I don't know where. I think these are fuel tanks. I'm not sure. If I could just draw your attention to at the very, very start, completely missed it. So here, I've done the holes okay, but I completely missed this. So I'm trying to figure out now where that is on the aircraft. I think I think it's about here, or maybe it's there. Anyway, there'll be a line. The tip of it, these are all in line. So wherever that works for there, I think that's possibly the location, just under the wheels. Yeah, you can see there it's that line. So that line, there should have been a wee cutout for that to slot in. So I'm gonna have to figure out how to do that. Um, but in the meantime, then I'll put on these missiles. These just slot in here like this. According to instructions, there's no rail or anything that to sit on. Um, so that should be easy enough. Pop them on, and then obviously the smaller ones, then they just pop in. There's a wee groove in them here. I don't know where you can see that, guys. There's a groove. Yeah, see the groove there? I don't know where you can see that, but so the groove. So that then just, if I can get it orientated correctly. So that wee slot then just pops on there like that. That sits like that. Wired them up, so that's all good. So there you are, guys. Just give you a progress update. And let me get on that. Cheers. So, guys, back at the desk here now, and basically, this is the final reveal. I'll put a few close-up pictures up later on at the end, so you can have a better look at it. So, well, it's very fragile. I'm always apprehensive lifting it up, but I've just put on the canopies there, um, and taken off the mask at the front windscreen there. So there you see it. It's turned out okay. Few blunders along the way. For example, these pods here, as I said previously, I'd missed the cutouts, so I've just super glued them on, um, roughly where I think they should go. And it seems to have turned out okay. It's weathering is a wee bit suspect. This looks quite nice here, like a bit of a stain. That's accidental. I don't know what happened there. I need to maybe weather up the landing gear a bit better. It seems to be quite pristine. So maybe put a bit of a wash or something along that. Yeah, so pretty happy with it. A few blunders along the way, as I say, but and I lost you can see the ejector handles. I've lost one of those along the way too, so that was very unfortunate. But all in all, a nice wee build. Um, had its challenges for me, but I was glad to build it. Would I build it again? I'm not sure. Maybe leave it a while. But the parts in the box seem to lend itself to maybe a different variant, and I'm sure there's There's some out there. I think I made a blunder here with these flaps. They're the instructions show you to put them in. I don't think that's right. I think they have to be down, just like they say here. But anyway, it is what it is, right? But yeah, all in all, decals just far too many for my liking, and them stencils. I don't think I put any on the underside. Only the rear markings. I'm gonna put one on the front man gear door, so it's this one here. I'll just pop that on, and that'll be that. So you are, guys. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you enjoyed the build, guys. It was really interesting, and obviously the painting was the best thing for me. But once again, thanks for watching. Thanks for all your comments, and look out for the next project. See you soon. Cheers.